Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Lizzie. We look for queer subtext in movies.
And we always find it. Yeah. Lizzie, are you ready for ghosts?
You've only been trying to do this movie for ever.
I am in love with this movie, spoiler alert, and I'm so excited we're talking about it today.
What's so crazy is I think this is true. My brain's telling me it's true, so I'm just going to assume it is. But I think I was the one to tell you about Ghost, like to tell you that it exists.
Yes.
And you were like, that doesn't sound good. Like, whatever, I'm just going to watch it. Like, I just need to put something on to, like, go to sleep. And then you texted me, like, 4:30 a.m. and we're like, I can't stop crying.
And do you want to talk about Ghost tomorrow? Yeah. You had a Canopy subscription from your library card, and you were like, this streaming service has everything. And then Ghost popped up, and I was like, I've never seen Ghost. And you were like, you should watch it. And then I went home and I did exactly that.
So casual.
It wrecked me, and I love the movie so much, and I'm excited to be talking about it today. Before we jump into my adoration for this film, we can talk to you, listener, maybe viewer even, if you're watching us on YouTube, which I suggest because we're in 4K and we look lovely.
Nothing like breaking the fourth wall in an episode.
Yes, thank you for listening. If this is your first episode, I'm glad you're starting with Ghosts. And if you've listened for a long time, thanks for coming back, and we hope you enjoy this one.
And like subscribe or like or follow or rate, whatever, all the free things you can do to support us. You can also find us if you have a little bit of extra cash to spend on patreon.com/subtextualpod. We have just a single $5 tier that is chock full of archived episodes, bonus episodes, polls, BTS, cute photos, nudes.
Rabbit holes.
Yes, we do like a little bonus series called Rabbit Hole, in which we kind of spiral off of something we bring up in a mainstream episode, but don't have time for on the main feed. And they are so far a hit.
So check out the Rabbit Hole series. I'm a huge fan of it just because I love to hear us run our mouths. And to continue doing that, we can jump into today's episode. Ooh. Ghost.
This is the hottest ghost ever.
90. The hottest ghost you will ever fucking see. Lizzie, tell me about Ghost. Tell me if you've seen the movie, if you like the movie.
I have seen the movie. I definitely watched it with my mom on like a Friday night at some point. I love Patrick Swayze. Like that is my guy. And the fact that this wasn't on my Patrick Swayze super watch rotation is only because To Wong Fu exists and only because Dirty Dancing exists. Which, by the way, I think Patrick Swayze has made enough appearances on this podcast. He's basically in the Hall of Fame with like Kenny Ortega.
He's next to Kenny Ortega. His jersey's
Luca
up on the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, these are the heavy hitters. I think
Kristen Stewart's up there as well.
Kristen Stewart.
She's all over that.
She's on the red carpet at our Hall of Fame. But yeah, he just keeps coming up. I think Ghost is a time capsule of a film. And it's so singular. Like, name another ghost, you probably literally can't. It's great. And I'm so glad that you took a shining to it. Like, what happened, Sam?
The ghost of it all. Quickly to your thing. You are the foremost Patrick Swayze expert that I'm acquainted with. So I will be throwing it over to you for some information on the Swayze.
Be happy to indulge you.
She's crazy for Swayze.
Crazy for Swayze.
So you're my correspondent in the field for that. But yeah, how I came to Ghost was I just remembered it existed and I'd never seen it. And I was in like a really weird period of my life where I was dealing with like a bunch of grief that I didn't predict. You know, sometimes you lose a person that you expect to lose. But this one came out of left field and I was like really grief stricken for a while. And for the first time in my life, this has never happened before. I found that I couldn't enjoy movies. Oh. Like, usually when I'm struggling with something, movies are such an escape. And it's why we have this podcast and I'm obsessed and I won't shut up about it. But for the first time, I found myself watching movies and thinking like, this is so fake. This isn't real. None of this would happen.
What does it all mean?
Nobody acts like this. Like, I found myself really unable to suspend my disbelief. And I think it's just because I was really sad. And I, for a period of time, only watched war documentaries.
You did do that.
Do you remember that? It was just
I do remember that.
All about the Cold War and like all of that. And this was the first movie that I had seen in that period that I was able to watch the entire thing. I think because its subject matter is like very obviously grief. And the performances were just so beautiful. I got so emotional and I did not expect to.
I feel like Patrick Swayze is good for that.
He is so good for that. Like, I'm late on the Swayze. I wasn't crazy for Swayze. I love him. He's great. Like, as everybody does. In The Outsiders, he's like the hottest man that's ever existed.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
But yeah, very late in life before I saw Dirty Dancing, and the same for Ghost. So it came out of left field. I hadn't had it spoiled for me. Like, I knew nothing that was going to happen. And I was so surprised about how effective it is as a film. It's a phenomenal movie. Some of the best performances acting-wise I've ever seen.
Yes.
And it's got the added bonus of being subtextual, which it's like just a cherry on top of a beautiful Sunday.
In a really complex way that we, like, again, name a film like Ghost. Like, the specificity of this type of, like, gender-bending subtextuality is so rare. What a treat.
Such a treat. It reminds me so much of Scooby-Doo, where they all like swap souls for 30 seconds and everybody has boobs and everyone's like, whoa.
It's like the best part of that movie. It's like why we love She's the Man.
Just sprinkle it in. Just throw it in there and see what these characters do.
But for once, it's not a joke. Which I know we're going to talk the shit out of this, so I don't want to, like, you know, get too excited too early, but it's so serious and they take it so personally. And
so beautiful.
Again, Patrick Swayze, he's been known to be the kind of actor that's like, I don't want to just be a pretty face. I want to be like a serious actor. And he brings that to films that wouldn't necessarily be considered like serious cinematic works, like Dirty Dancing. Perfect example. Oh, it's a movie about guys learning to dance at a summer camp and a girl falls in love. But like when you actually watch the movie and see how serious everyone takes it, it becomes something way more monumental. And I feel like Ghost is exactly that. The actors were like, this is 100% what I'm committing to.
Yes.
And they are feeling it all. And it really is so good.
So good. I have to know what producer Lee thinks of Ghost. Producer Lee.
Yeah, I was messaging y'all in the chat about this last night because you know, have I ever seen Ghost? I think I said I saw it when I was like a teenager, and I definitely remember like the broad strokes. But the truth is, like watching it last night, I was like, I remember seeing this. The last time I saw this was when I was like literally like a little child in elementary school, like probably like around the time it was on home video. And it unlocked like these very vague, distant memories now. But I remember very specific beats in this film. While watching the movie, I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, I guess I knew like certain things, but I didn't know these beats until they started happening on screen. I was like, whoa, this is unlocking that memory. It has some very solid, memorable moments, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. The special effects a little wonky, but still fun that they're going for all those effects. I love that with the ghosts. Yeah, I had fun. I liked it.
Okay. Lee approved.
Didn't cry though.
Oh yeah.
I did not, but this can be saved for later. Right before hitting record, we were kind of talking about the ending of the film, which I thought was kind of startling, or it's a powerful ending. Well, we can get to that later.
I'm gonna crack you, Lee. One of these days I will make you cry. Yeah, this is, as Lee was saying, it's similar to Jaws, in which you can kind of feel safe not seeing it because you assume you know every one of the beats, but it is so refreshing when you do approach something that you know is iconic, like, you know, the pottery wheel, or, you know, the scenes with Whoopi Goldberg, where you can kind of anticipate the lines and the quotes you've heard before, but in the context of the film, it still feels totally fresh and not like cartoonishly large.
You can just see like why that line is a cultural moment when you watch it encased in the whole scene. Like I think about No One Puts Baby in a Corner. Like he didn't want to say the line. Everyone thought it was a silly line, but like couch it in the full like crux of what is happening in the movie at that time. You're like, oh, that's why it's iconic.
Yes.
I can remember, like, I can imagine being in the audience whenever the movie's out in theaters for the first time and everyone just like taking a collective like frisson. Everyone's just like getting chills at the same time. And I feel like Ghost has many moments like that where it really hits for things that can skew cheesy, but when it hits and everything lines up, you're like, I literally have chills right now.
Yes. Perfect film. Love it so much.
Is it in your Letterboxd top 4?
It was at one point in my Letterboxd top 4. My Letterboxd top 4 is actually like my actual top 10, like shuffled in whatever way I feel at the certain time. So it's definitely my top 10.
It's in your top 10?
Yes. It's amongst like Labyrinth and Clueless
Damn.
and every David Fincher movie ever. I love this movie so much. I'm excited to talk about it today because on top of being fantastic, it's also subtextual. And I think that you hit the nail on the head. You could have guessed which scene we'd be talking about today, which is the scene with Oda Mae Brown as embodied by Sam Wheat as he embraces the love of his life, Molly, for the final time. That is such a fantastic scene. So we're going to get into the works of that when we get to that point of the story. Love exists beyond the bounds of the body. And that's a really easy thing for a lot of people to accept, like because their love for their loved ones is not tied to the corporeal form. You know, it supersedes that. So I think people can understand that idea very easily. And if you take it a little bit further, if the body's not what's important for love, then if your love was in another body, could you get past that?
Right.
And I think for a lot of people, it's an absolute yes.
Yeah.
So what does that say about sexuality and presentation and how love can supersede those things?
Yeah. Well, it's a good reminder that like, and I hope people are like kind of getting past this, but I feel like whenever someone comes out or whenever someone is revealed to not be hetero, I think where a lot of people's mind could go is like, how does sex work for this person? Or if someone is like outside of the conventional forms of gender, I think people who don't understand that expression could get caught up in the nuts and bolts and like, well, how does that work? How does the sex work? But it's a good reminder that like sexuality and attraction and all those things are also outside of the body's limits. Like you were saying, it involves the heart and the mind and so many different physical and emotional things that go into it. So Ghost is proof of that.
Oh, yeah. Ghost is...
Love is a spectrum, baby.
Life is a spectrum.
Yeah. Are you alive on the spectrum?
Yeah. So good. I think Ghost does it so well. Another reason we're talking about it today, for me, this is like a tiny asterisk, like compared to the scene we just mentioned. But for me, I think Whoopi Goldberg is like a lesbian icon.
Yes.
She is not a lesbian. I want to say that like in the exact same breath. She's a lesbian icon, but she's not a lesbian. She may, I think that she's probably frustrated with being hassled about whether she's a lesbian or not.
We'll leave Whoopi alone with that.
But she is a hero to us lesbians. Maybe I should just speak for myself. I'm one of her biggest fans ever.
She's a hero for me, lesbian.
The Color Purple is one of my favorite stories of all time. It's like my top 3 in books. It's probably one of the movies I've seen the most, thanks to my mom. But not just Whoopi's performance in that film, but also how she presented in the early 90s and the early 2000s on par with like Rosie O'Donnell for me, where I didn't understand that Rosie O'Donnell was a lesbian. Like that actually didn't even matter to me. It was more so like the confidence of a woman who knew she was funny and who didn't apologize for taking up space and who presented and was comfortable wearing a lot of masculine clothes and being loud and being young at that time and seeing Whoopi Goldberg. She was like a hero to me. And she's so fucking good in this movie. This is my favorite comedic performance of all time.
She will charm the absolute pants off of you.
Yeah.
In any scene. When she's in the scene and she's up against like Demi Moore, one of the hottest little pixie little people in the world, and Patrick motherfucking Swayze.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, shush, 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 Patty, Demi, be quiet.
Whoopi speaking.
No, I ate up her scenes. And you're so right. Fashion icon. She was doing things that other people just were too scared shitless to do.
Yeah, like Sporty Spice. It's actually not important that she's a lesbian or not. Like she's fed a lot of gays. Yeah. All right. And that's what matters to me.
But also I know Demi is like painted as this like super, super hetero woman in this film. But like her fashion and haircut and styling say otherwise.
Oh, yeah. And we'll talk about the haircut, the Demi Moore boy cut of it all.
She's wearing boy clothes the entire time.
So good.
The only time she doesn't really wear like boy clothes, I'm only going to say it now because I don't want to forget about it because I have like dumb brain, but is when she like has to leave and go into public where she knows she's going to be like doing business. Like there's a scene with her at the bank and that's like the only time you really see her wearing like what I would consider her more like feminine side of her like expression is in those clothes when she's in those situations. But at home, homegirl is wearing boys' clothes. I love that.
And even when she goes out in those situations that are more formal presenting, she's wearing Sam's clothes.
Right.
She's wearing the shirts that Sam was wearing in his last days, and she's wearing his huge rolly, and she's wearing his huge signet, which I think fits like on her biggest finger. And it's such a beautiful styling choice. I mean, I wasn't going to mention this, but when Patrick Swayze auditioned for the role, he had a habit of growing his hair long in between shoots just in case another movie called for a different haircut. So when he auditioned, he had hair so long past his shoulders that it was like in a low ponytail. And the director, Jerry Zucker, was like, I have a Polaroid from the screen test, and you have Demi's hair that's like a boy's cut, and you have Swayze's hair, and you think, wow, she looks like a boy and he looks like a girl. Like, oh no, people are going to laugh when they see this.
No, people are going to cream their pants whenever they see this.
People are going to pull the skin off their face and go feral when they see this.
They could have done something really bold, and they fucking made him cut his hair, and that is a travesty.
If all we get is Demi Moore's hair in this, like, that is actually plenty.
That's more than enough.
And there's some huge subtextuality coming up in the production, so when we get to it, we'll get to it. But we're eating good on this episode is what I'm saying.
Nom.
Yes.
Nom.
So let's get into the production.
Let's do it.
So I mentioned this was directed by a man named Jerry Zucker. He was best known at the time for directing Airplane.
Oh, okay. That's a comedy, right?
Yeah, it's considered the funniest movie of all time.
Oh, I've never seen it. Is it the funniest movie of all time?
I was just gonna say that's like the Zucker brothers. So is he one of the Okay, I noticed the name. I was like, is that one of the crazy?
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of comedy stuff. Airplane. Wow.
They said like just jokes per minute. Airplane is the most like effective comedy of all time. Just like the most jokes.
Like 30 Rock. They're just like, how about a joke on the joke and a joke with a joke?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
really.
You can't say anything that's not a joke.
Yeah.
He would later go on after Ghost to produce My Best Friend's Wedding.
That movie is a piece of rat shit that I love.
I love it.
I love it.
That and he would later go on to direct Rat Race, which is not a good movie, but a movie I think is good.
Talking about it closes out with All Star by Smash Mouth live performance.
Mr.
Gold.
Bean in Rat Race is actually comedy gold. It was written by a man named Bruce Joel Rubin, who at this time was best known for a film that came out the same year, a script that he'd written for Jacob's Ladder. Rubin said he got the idea for this movie after reading Hamlet and imagining a modern tale of a ghost who returns from the dead and calls his loved ones to avenge his death.
So this technically goes on the Shakespearean adaptation list. He's like, let's take Shakespeare and make it gayer and funny.
And hotter.
And hotter.
All the men are shirtless. I love it.
Tight pants.
Rubin was overjoyed when he heard his script for the film was set for production, but upon hearing who it was directed by, he was incredibly disappointed. There's an interview where he says, like, you know, they tell me it's going to production. I'm thinking Spielberg, I'm thinking Scorsese, and they come back to me with the guy who directed Airplane. He was really upset. And then he said he took Jerry Zucker out to lunch and realized like he totally understood the story and was won over by Zucker. And so Rubin was married to a woman for over 50 years, but he actually came out publicly in 2024. So just 2 years ago at the age of 81.
Oh my God. It's giving beginners.
It is giving Christopher Plummer in Beginners. Yeah. Oh, I love that movie.
I can't believe that. Whoa.
Yeah, he released a memoir titled It's Only a Movie. And Rubin told The Guardian, I've never not been gay. I am fully gay and I've always known it. I don't like that I was closeted for so long, but it would have confused people. He said he decided to come out in his memoir saying, I didn't want to leave this world with any secrets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he lived his life with a wife who was fully aware of the fact that he was gay. And that's one of the first things he told her was like,
Aww.
I am gay. I'm struggling with this. I want a life with a wife and children. And like after 2 years, they were married. And she was a professor and he was working on his scripts. And he would maintain a relationship with her until later in life. And when he came out with this memoir, to have success and live a life for so long that people assume you're one thing and then you could just so easily be known a certain way. And I mean, that's just a drop in the bucket. But to kind of come back and claim it and kind of show people like you if you are in the closet, it's probably fine. Like, you could live your life, and if you don't want to rustle any feathers and that makes you happy, then that's fine. But like, you could also just in the middle of everything be an old man and come out and be happy.
Well, he had to do what he had to do. And the fact that he had someone to support him, his wife, and that they did have a life together, and 50 years is a long fucking time. And it was a different time then. And the fact that he got to maybe see times and the way people think and speak change, especially the industry. If he wanted to work in film, coming out as a gay screenwriter fucking 50 years ago is way different than now. He would have been pigeonholed if he even got a chance to work at all. So what instead we get are some like beautifully subtextually homoerotic scripts from him
that mean a great deal to me.
And I'm sure a memoir that he gets to put the stamp on his story. So bravery. I love it.
Yeah, he said that he believes his homosexuality made him a writer. He said, being other is what led me to be a writer. I had to step out of the mainstream of life and look at it from a different angle. Finding yourself on the fringe of human experience is a gift rather than a torment. A movie like Ghost reached hundreds of millions of people, and it's my little hidden lifestyle that gave me a voice to speak to them.
Oh my God.
I know.
No wonder there's so much feeling in this movie. It's coming from this man who feels so much.
It's just a bunch of gay people crying. He said in his memoir specifically, he said that the most key scene in Ghost is the love scene between two women. He said, what I tried to emphasize was that even though it was Oda Mae's hands, it felt like Sam. I didn't think of it as lesbianism, but I knew there would be people who would go,
And indeed.
And we are going. You hit the nail on the head. We did go,
That is so funny because your last film that you covered was Fight Club.
Yes.
Which is a queer author who's like, don't you dare interpret the queerness of my work. And this person's like, that is the reason I make and do and create the way that I am.
He was
it's just so different.
My solace from inside the closet was knowing that somebody might have a gay thought at my like beautiful story.
They might think Demi and Whoopi kissing would be something to think about.
Yes. It fills me with so much joy. Like, I wanted to do Ghost for this podcast. I didn't think it was possible. I thought that scene maybe meant more to me than it probably did to the average listener. And then I typed in Ghost gay.
And there you have it.
Well, a lot of weird stuff came up. And then I typed Ghost movie gay. And there I had it.
We got it.
Yeah, there was...
How to Google is very important.
Learning the keywords of your Google search, I recommend. Yes, so big ups to you. Incredible script. Love the story. Thank you, Bruce Joel Rubin, for being gay and being lovely.
Yes.
And really quickly, I do want to say what I consider, along with the writing of the story, obviously, to be like the lasting appeal of this film, which is obviously the performances.
Yeah.
Like
the Patrick Swayze of it all.
Far and away, some of the best performances. 3 of them. Actually 4. I think
with the demon twink, yeah.
Yes, he's so good. So usually don't see like that well stacked of a cast.
Yeah.
I do want to note that the director Jerry Zucker did not want to cast Swayze, and it was Rubin, the screenwriter, who strongly felt that the role should go to him. And so he brought Zucker to a screening of Roadhouse. And apparently Zucker left that screening saying, "Over my dead body." What we consider Patrick Swayze.
Wait, what?
Yes.
So who had the big veto of like, you must Swayze it?
The screenwriter was like, please.
Please.
And the studio was like, we're going to make you pick him, essentially.
It's Patrick Swayze. I don't know how much more commercial appeal and like professionalism you need.
Patrick Swayze was really concerned with being pigeonholed, as he always was throughout his career, but at this point for being an action star, like after Roadhouse. So he really wanted to do Ghost, and he thought it was like a role of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And because he was such a big name star, he didn't have to read for it, but he did. And when he read for Zucker, Zucker was like, I was crying. I look around, everybody in the room was crying.
Yeah, bitch. Like, it's fucking Patrick Swayze. No one will put their full pussy in it like Patrick Swayze.
He will put his whole pussy in it.
Every time.
Every single time. He elevates every movie he's in by earnestly committing. And there's not a single frame of a movie he's in where you feel like he's dropping the facade or like his ego's getting in the way or he's he doesn't want to do something because he's afraid to look silly.
Yeah. And he has like perfect body control, which he uses no matter what the role is. The physicality shifts so dramatically. And he is also smoking hot.
Smoking hot.
Timeless.
And they were having difficulty filling this role. There was a lot of big name actors who had turned it down, even though the story was like largely sought after, because it's a role that's like largely reactive.
Yeah.
You're the main character technically, but no one can talk to you.
Right. You're kind of in your own little element.
But he saw that as like a plus.
Love that man.
So how they felt about Swayze, they felt the inverse about Demi Moore. Everybody was like on the same page, thought she was perfect for the part, even though she was like largely unknown to big screen audiences at the time. And apparently, Demi Moore didn't tell Zucker about her haircut, and he was not pleased about it. But now he looks back and says it was the perfect fit for the character. And US Weekly said at the time of release that Demi Moore is the only woman since Audrey Hepburn who can be able to pull off such a hairdo and still look like a woman.
I venture to say that she kind of looked like a little man at the time, which was part of the appeal for me. But yes. I digress.
I'm like, sure, I like that she looked like a boy, but
yeah,
I think that's just everyone else too.
I mean, she brought like feminine energy into like this masculine styling, which is the kryptonite for gay people. Like androgyny, it's gonna do it for me every time. You get a pretty man and this like masculinely pretty woman, and then Whoopi Goldberg's there. It's just like, oh my
bingo
god, my
card.
senses are just like.
And then specifically Whoopi Goldberg was expressly said like to not be considered by the director and the producers because she was too well known at the time for being a stand-up comedian. She had already won a Grammy for her stand-up special and won a Golden Globe for playing Celie in The Color Purple. So she was kind of considered too big of a name. But Patrick Swayze said he would not continue production until they allowed her to audition.
For fuck's sake.
We
can't have anything in this world.
I have a video I'd like to show you. If it makes sense to show you now, I could also show you at the end, but it's a video of them interacting. And it made me start crying. Like,
I want to watch it right now.
This film is just a little bit of the good guys do persevere. You don't always persevere the way you want to. Sam doesn't have a physical life still, but he will live forever with Molly, and that doesn't mean she can't love anyone else, but she will always love Sam, and he's got a good buddy in Oda Mae who loves him, and he loves her, and people need that. I think it just really touches a place in people. Someone said the film was an event because it brings us back to the idea that it is possible that those we love are here, and it hasn't been touched. No one's been touched like this in a long time. We didn't know. We didn't even really know when we were doing it, how deeply it was going to touch us.
Lizzie, did that clip touch your heart? Because it touched mine.
Touch everyone. No one's been touched this much since these two are touching.
This is an interview of Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick Swayze for the release of this film, and it's so lovely. They're both snuggled up in one armchair, and he's got her like under his wing, and she's saying all this lovely stuff and like patting his chest, and he's just like hugging her in.
He's just like nodding and listening. It's giving like Ariana and
Cynthia. Have
they been like they are one?
They melded into so one sweet molecule, and I am obsessed with them.
He's obviously obsessed with her, and she feels safe with him. And this reminds me, this probably felt like, I don't know Whoopi Goldberg's past, but I know that Patrick Swayze lost his father at a time in his life when he was still acting, and he devoted a lot of what he was doing for his father. And so I could see how he was like channeling that into this work. And I do wonder if like Demi and Whoopi were having the same experience, because she's speaking so beautifully about grief. Like, she's obviously not just a comedic performer. Like, she had to tap into that grief to make the whole situation funny. Yeah, to bring the levity to it.
And you were so right. You're crazy for Swayze. It was an interview where Patrick Swayze was talking about losing his father that convinced Ruben, the screenwriter, to push for him. He was like, I know that this guy looks like a pretty face, but he has depth and he can go there, and he's ready to go there.
He went there.
He did.
That was like
there.
literally Patrick Swayze's dream to just be taken seriously.
And seriously, he was taken by me.
I am taken
I'm
very
taking that
seriously by him.
So that's all I've got to say. I mean, not really. I have more, but that's what I will say about the production, and we can just jump into the movie.
Okay. Can I just say something?
Please.
This movie cannot be contained by a single genre. Nay, 2 genres. In fact, I venture to say this has like 12 genres in it.
This is obviously a romance.
Romance.
This is, I wouldn't say science fiction, but it's fantasy.
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Yeah, crime.
Crime, action.
Horror.
Yes, in a lot of ways.
Etc., etc. I think there's a musical number. I think they dance at some point.
Yes.
Art house.
Everything. Porn. Some of this felt like porn.
Yeah.
There are some scenes where I was like, oh, maybe I should pause this. There are
like,
kids around me.
It is so, it has everything. It is, your heart rate is going all over the map.
It's a wild ride. It was honestly, I took an edible before. It was a lot. It felt like I was in the movie. I was a ghost.
I am the
in
ghost.
My home. In my own home.
My home. Am I real?
To start this beautiful tale, we meet a banker named Sam, played by Patrick Swayze, his artist girlfriend Molly, played by Demi Moore, and his best friend, fellow banker Carl, played by Tony Goldwyn, as they're demoing their new Soho loft shirtless.
Yeah, sure. And until any of this like actually starts to happen, like it's like 30 minutes before we get into the ghost of it all.
Yeah.
It's just these 2 hot men and this woman that they're both attracted to. So what am I to believe?
I've seen challengers.
I'm like, this is their sex idiot.
Yes.
This is their sex idiot Carl.
And I do appreciate when you have people this hot to just work with the material and pop the top. You know, you got it under there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's under the hood.
Yeah. Why not? You're only this hot like for this short amount of time and then you die, you know?
You got 5 years with abs. You better bust those babies out. And the next day at work, he's a maker. The next day at work, Sam's in a rush and has to delegate a task to Carl, which requires Sam to share his banking permissions, which is called like a MAC code, with Carl.
Oh, that's that part I never like tried to like lay it out and figure out the logistics of it, but I see now.
Mm-hmm.
He trusted his friend enough.
I trusted you.
I trusted you.
Later, in a moment of vulnerability, Sam tells Molly how happy he is with his life and how scared that makes him to lose everything. Molly tells Sam that she loves him, and he says,
Ditto.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell you something about that?
Sure.
The writer of this, Bruce Joel Rubin, wrote that into the script because that's what he told his first girlfriend when she said she loved him. And he was in the closet.
Oh my God.
I know.
Sam's in the closet.
This is a gay horror movie. It's so lovely.
Oh, that's really sweet. But also, like, it does kind of like insinuate, like, why can't you just tell your perfect hot girlfriend I love you? Gay man.
Our knee-jerk reaction.
Sorry, that's on us. We're
Yeah.
just looking for it.
Yeah, we're just sniffing it out like bloodhounds.
But it's like you bought like a $2 million Soho apartment. Like, you can't say I love you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you better tell your love. Later that night, Molly is pulling a clay vase at her throwing wheel.
Sure, she's an artist.
And Sam joins her, and we get the most iconic scene, I think, in like any romance ever.
Yeah.
I would argue. This is the best sex scene, and I don't even think they're having sex.
No, yes. This subtextuality is that they are full in it.
Can you describe this scene?
It's nighttime, because what better way to throw a vase than at like 3:30 a.m.?
Yeah, she says like it's 2 a.m. or something.
When all the world's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
She's like in her cute little boy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Her arms are out. She's at her throwing wheel, like working this major mound of clay. She's like spreading water on it and like using her shoulders and everything. Patrick Swayze like gets out of bed because she's missing, comes up behind her and is like, oh, let me help you. Sits behind her and she positions his hands on her hands and they proceed to
jack off,
finger bang, and move around sensually in the clay. I was blushing. It's obscene.
It was so sensual that like I felt it was safer to watch just like actual porn than it was to watch this.
And you were like, when did movies stop being sensual?
Mm-hmm.
Like, bring back sensuality.
I agree. Because we just see them kind of holding and kissing and swaying together and
forming shapes.
I know.
For me, it's the little soapy, the wet sponge that
the hand movements up. Because, I mean, their like legs are open. The vase of clay is like between their legs and their hands are around it. So it looks like something obviously very phallic. And I love the imagery. It comes back later. Such a well done.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I can tell you when it comes back.
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice.
We'll see when you catch it.
Okay.
And Lizzie, what song was playing?
It's a song from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it goes, oh, my love.
My darling.
Do you think they did that on purpose?
Unchained Melody was, even at the time of like Dirty Dancing, I think because Dirty Dancing was set in the 50s, right?
Set in the 50s, filmed in the 80s.
Filmed in the 80s. But yeah, it's a song from the 50s. So I think in Dirty Dancing, it was used as like a period accurate song.
Right.
But yes, I mean, it was chosen very decidedly for this film. And no one in the interviews mentions that it was also in Dirty Dancing. So I'm like, am I going crazy for Swayze? Like,
why aren't we talking about this?
Iconically a Swayze song,
yeah.
And you're using it again.
Hey.
Love it. And the words, I think the lyrics make a lot more sense for this movie, but like, who cares? Put it in every movie he's in. I love him.
It is like instantly the most romantic song you've ever heard.
Truly.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Iconic scene, worth every penny. The next day at the bank, Carl is visibly distressed when he learns that Sam has changed his MAC codes. And he asks Sam what he and Molly are doing that night. And Sam says, we're going to see Macbeth. I think Molly just likes to see the guys in tights. And two things there, which I love. One, are you familiar with the long-standing superstition of Macbeth?
No.
It is widely acknowledged in the theater as like terrible luck to say the word Macbeth during a production or in the theater. Basically, if the line of your script doesn't call for you to say the word Macbeth, when you say it, you're inviting tragedy to the play. And the belief is that it will bring death.
So the rules of theater brought Sam to his filthy, dirty end?
Exactly. I think it's such a beautiful reference because we are in a movie. This is a production. The character does say Macbeth and that character does die.
Damn.
And the second thing I love about that line where he says she just likes the guys in tights is that the character Sam Wheat, when he does pass away, he has to wear the outfit that he was killed in for the rest of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it very markedly looks like a man, like a ballerino, like a man in tights.
Tight pants.
And then this billowy shirt.
Yeah.
And he's like flying all over the place. And I just think that's funny because she likes to see the guys in tights and I do too.
Can I add 3?
Yes.
3, Patrick Swayze is a trained ballerina dancer.
Oh,
and so he is the man in tights that she wants to see. Dance film. Yes. Another genre. Check.
Step Up 3.
This is Step Up 6. The prequel. This is the prequel to Step Up.
Yes.
Ay.
On the walk home after Macbeth, Molly tells Sam that she wants to marry him.
Which
and then
is so butch.
So butch. I love it.
I proposed to my partner. Very Demi Moore of me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I proposed to my partner too.
You did?
Yes.
That's so cute.
We're so fucking masculine.
We're the man.
Love it. Call us to assemble your IKEA furniture.
Call me Demi Moore.
Yes. And I love this scene because it's clear he's asked her so many times before to marry him and she said no.
Yeah.
So when she brings up, he's like, this is an option. And she's basically like, do you even love me? Like, you never say it.
Yeah.
And during this exchange, a mugger approaches them with a gun and demands Sam's wallet. Sam and the mugger begin to fight and the gun goes off. The mugger runs and though Sam chases after him, he gets away. And I love the decisions here. The bang, the tussle, and then both running away. And you see Sam Wheat come back unscathed to our audience mind. And he comes back to Demi Moore, who's he comes back to Molly, who's screaming in the street, and he's almost like concerned that it's her that was hurt. And
that's what I thought.
As seeing it for the first time, I'm like, man, they shot her. She's the ghost.
Right. I was like, wait, who's the ghost?
Mm-hmm. And he comes to her and, overwhelmed with shock, realizes that she's holding his lifeless body and that he's died. So well done.
Yeah.
I was shocked. So good. She's crying for help, but he knows, like, I'm dead.
Yeah. She's like, now you just have to watch her suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you die, at least, like, you're spared all of that.
Yeah.
She has to, like, go to the funeral, figure out if he's getting cremated or not, pay for the funeral service. Ugh.
And so while he's realizing that his body is...
but he just has to sit there and watch her suffer.
He does. There's an opportunity where the bright white light comes down and he feels pulled towards it, and he's like stuck in what feels like kind of like a purgatory. He's stuck in that space, and Molly's crying like, please stay with me, like, please don't go. And he decides against it and stays with her, and they go to the hospital where he is pronounced dead. And that's where it kind of really starts to sink in, like, oh, this isn't like a hallucination, like, I'm gone.
And I can't touch anything.
No one can hear me. I'm nothing. Like, ugh.
Sucks.
So some time passes and Sam is kind of learning what he can and can't do as a ghost. And Molly is not doing well.
No.
She is very much struggling. And Carl comes over one day and convinces her to leave for a short walk. And while they're on that walk, the mugger enters their apartment and starts looking around. And Sam's ghost is there and is like freaking out. He has really no agency. He can't stop the guy from coming in and doing anything.
Nightmare.
And so the guy's like snooping around. Molly comes back, and in an effort to get the mugger out of his apartment, he like rouses the cat.
That's right.
And the cat like shrieks and the mugger leaves.
I was like, he's got cat powers.
Mm-hmm. First thing you do, you gotta start talking to the cats.
Powers on.
That's why when a cat says something, I'm like, what was
that? What did Patrick Swayze's ghost say?
The mugger, who we'll come to learn is named Willie Lopez. I just like that they use his name a ton.
Full name.
Willie Lopez exits. Sam overcomes his fear of walking through walls and doors and like forces himself to follow him. And on the subway car to Brooklyn, a territorial ghost who can affect items around him grabs Sam and says, this is mine. Stay out. This is mine.
Them fucking metro stations in New York are haunted as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
All those ghosts elbowing for space, like, it feels weird down there.
Mm-hmm. There are some fields.
Yeah.
Some stuff shifting down there.
Some negative energy somewhere.
Plasm. For sure. That was the most believable part of this, that the subway would be haunted.
I was like, of course this motherfucker would be there.
So Sam finally gets to Willie Lopez's apartment, and he sees Willie call a number and tell a person on the other line that he couldn't get what he set out to because Molly was home, but he'll be back in a couple of days to get it. So Sam's like, what the fuck? I thought I was accidentally murdered in a mugging, and now someone's put a hit on me.
Yeah.
Frustrated and not sure what to do, Sam comes across a storefront for a spiritual advisor, a Miss Sister Oda Mae Brown, who advertises that she can speak to the dearly departed.
$20 a pop.
I love it. I feel very Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you're so right.
I love these vibes. He goes into Oda Mae's psychic storefront, and he sees her as she begins a reading for a Miss Santiago, who pays well and seems happy to go along with these theatrics. And Sam very quickly puts it together that Oda Mae is scamming these people, making them think that she's speaking to their departed loved ones. And during this ritual, Oda Mae begins to hear Sam's remarks, like genuinely hear them and become overcome with terror. This scene has got to be like one of my favorites in movie history of all time.
It gets very slapstick right away. Oh, look, there's another genre to add.
Slapstick
Comedy.
Throw some airplane in there.
But like, we kind of needed it because it was getting a little intense there. You're like, is Willie Lopez gonna hurt Demi? Like, there's too much going on. We need this lightness. We need her to be here.
She's so needed. Her presence immediately just like sets a pep in the step of this movie. And once Sam realizes Oda Mae can hear him, he implores her to help him. Oda Mae says that her mother had the gift, her grandmother had the gift, but she never thought she actually had it. And Sam is begging Oda Mae to call Molly and tell her that she's in danger. But when Oda Mae does, Molly hangs up. Understandably.
Oda Mae gets so involved, and she fully says, like, I don't want to be involved in your, like, white person bullshit. Leave me out of this. And they're like, you better. Poor
She's
girl.
like, are you white? They send a white guy. Of course they send. Why me?
I'm like, she's just trying to make a buck.
Yes.
Just leave her alone. She lives in Brooklyn before Brooklyn was cool. Like,
Yes.
let her do her thing.
She's got a lot of bills to pay and sisters to feed.
Yeah.
Sam bullies Oda Mae enough until she eventually physically goes to Molly's apartment. Molly refuses to see her until Oda Mae, on the sidewalk, screaming up to her balcony window, says some of her most personal thoughts and memories that only Sam would know. And I love that scene as well. I think Whoopi Goldberg, I can't stop saying it, is giving the comedic performance of all time, especially in that scene. And it also feels like romantic in a Shakespearean sense.
Right. Oh, very calling up to Juliet.
Mm-hmm. Through this, Oda Mae finally convinces Molly to go sit down at a restaurant. And Oda Mae does her best to convince Molly that Sam is there, but Molly's really not buying it. And Oda Mae says, well, he wants me to tell you he loves you. And she says, he'd never say that. And then Oda Mae said, he said ditto.
I'm like,
and
that's what makes her believe, not the green underwear thing. None of that.
Well, I think the ditto thing, it's like, he never even told anyone he loved them. Like ditto, he's probably said like 5 times and only to her. Like maybe it is way more intimate, but yeah, all of the facts would have convinced me from the jump.
You want to know how fast I would be willing to believe Oda Mae? Like, say less. On the phone, I would have been like, and then what'd he say?
Yeah, and then what? No, I'd be so down. I think I'd be so grief-stricken that I'd jump on this immediately. Back at Molly's apartment, Sam is able to tell Molly through Oda Mae that she's in danger, girl.
Let me say it my own way.
He wants me to say what he's saying word for word. Molly, you're in danger. I'm not going to say that. You're going to scare her. I'm just going to tell her in my words.
Molly, you're in danger, girl.
Oh, so good. I love the scenes where you see Oda Mae with Sam with other people, and she does not give a fuck if she seems crazy. She's like fully arguing with him. He's got an attitude. Oda Mae tells Molly that Sam's death wasn't an accident, that a man named Willie Lopez killed him intentionally, and that he'll be back. And Sam tells Molly to go to the police. At this point, Oda Mae is realizing the situation's not going to be so fun.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go to the police.
She's like, I do what I got to do. Don't ever talk to me again.
Yeah, fair.
Molly tells Carl about the interaction, spooks him. He's like, if it makes you feel better, I'll go to Willie's apartment, see what's up. Sam follows Carl to Willie's apartment.
Carl!
And puts it together that Carl, his best friend, is the one who put a hit on him.
What a little bitch, Carl. For money? And then he tries to mac on her.
And then he puts a move on Molly. Yeah, the moment where Sam realizes that Carl is the one who killed him is just so sad to see, because he's like, you're my best friend. Like, I had a life. And you took it away from me. For money?
For money?
For money?
Like, y'all are rich already, for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all are bankers in New York in the 80s.
Have you seen The Loft?
Yeah.
She throws, like, vases. Like, I don't think she's paying for The Loft, you know?
Poor thing. How's she going to pay for The Loft now?
Oh, I hope there's a life insurance policy. Then, at the end of the scene, Carl tells Willie to kill Oda Mae, to get rid of her, because she's, like, you know, stinking up the works for them.
She said she was going to... That's why she didn't want to get involved.
I know. Molly goes to the police, and they don't believe her, obviously, because they're the police. And they do pull files on Willie Lopez and Oda Mae, but nothing comes back for Willie Lopez. Oda Mae, on the other hand, has a string of arrests, a very large record. She's been arrested periodically for scamming and document forgery, and this kind of puts stink in the sails for Molly, who was told by Carl, like, oh, she's just scamming you.
Yeah.
So Molly's fucked.
But Oda Mae is too. This is like one point in the movie where I'm like, Patrick Swayze, you wouldn't like
run right to her
and just be like, hey, by the way, oops, you were right, my bad, they know about you now.
My only issue with this is Sam plays it too fast and loose with Oda Mae's life, because he's in Willie's apartment hearing Carl tell Willie, go kill Oda Mae.
Right.
Oda Mae said previously, that's my neighborhood.
Right. I live around there.
Just go to her house and tell her someone's going to kill you, by the way.
Yeah, you don't have to eat, shit, or sleep ever again. You have plenty of time to make this all happen.
And get to Manhattan by 5.
Yeah.
Beat the traffic.
God.
Carl comes to Molly's apartment and, like you said, puts the move on her. Ooh, I was kidding.
Oh, I hate this guy.
I was seething. And
he's gross.
He's a good actor, though. So I was like so
is.
pissed. And Sam, in a fit of anger, as Carl kisses Molly, is able to move a physical object. He's able to move a picture frame for the first time. And he's like, holy shit, I can do this.
New level unlocked.
And he finds the territorial ghost from the subway and is like, Sensei, teach me your ways.
I'm a grasshopper. We love a training montage as well.
Yes.
They're like, pause everything. He doesn't have time to go talk to Oda Mae, but he can spend the next 17 hours learning how to move bottle caps.
You were like, a training montage? Oh, it was so much fun. I love it. I love that ghost. I feel sorry that he's not happy.
He's very upset, but I think he's cool with it. He just wants a cigarette. If he just had a cigarette, this would all be... Like, ghosts don't have their own shit.
Yeah.
Like their own merch. Like sweatshirts and stuff.
Yeah, there's no comfort in existing as a ghost. You can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't smoke a cigarette. I'd peace out so quick.
Or travel the world. And like I was saying, like, David Bowie's still alive at this time. He could go to a concert, any concert in New York, and sit front row. He can go meet any movie star, not talk to them, but like be in the same room as them. You know, he can go do anything he wants. And I understand why he is stuck in this whole thing. But like, I don't know, take one afternoon off and like pop over to Capitol Records and just see what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like when he first visits Oda Mae, he doesn't know that she can hear him. And so he's like laughing along to what she's saying. And this is like the first time where he's like, oh, I could just fucking sit around and watch people and like have my own good time about it. So Sam's got the moving things down now. He can move a bottle cap, you guys. He can kick a can.
It's important.
It's very important. And he visits Oda Mae and says, like, you have to help me one last time. And at this point, she's so busy by the other ghosts in the area that realize that now she can speak to ghosts. So there's like a bunch of spirits in this room. And during this back and forth, one of the spirits gets really upset and possesses Oda Mae's body. And we learn that that's even possible. 1 and 2, it's totally ridiculous in this scene.
And 3, that she's like grossed out by it.
Yes.
Which is important to know. She's like, oh, never do that again. Stop. Yeah. And like injects the soul out of her body.
Yeah, she was like, this feels gross. Get out of here. Everybody fuck off.
Yeah.
And when everybody exits, Willie Lee enters.
Of course.
And he's like, let me see if you're a good psychic. What's my name? And she was like, Willie Lopez.
He's like, oh shit.
Oh fuck. He gets his gun out and Sam is like, run, Oda. And Willie shoots a few times and runs away. And so now Oda Mae's like, okay, I'm going to help you button this up. And then you're seriously going to leave me alone. And Sam takes Oda Mae to the bank.
I love this scene.
As she poses as a woman named Rita Miller, who opens an account and starts a transaction and then closes the account. It's so fun to see these two in a bank having to talk to a bank tellers. As she fully looks like a crazy person losing her mind. So
He's
endlessly
like, just
satisfying.
put on some nice clothes. Just anything nice you have. And like cut to like hot pink blazer with like giant church hat. Like the most conspicuous looking person in a 20 block radius.
I imagine he was like, just wear something that wouldn't draw attention. And she wears like actually high vis pink. And it makes her look like a tropical bird.
Yeah.
And they're successful at closing this account as Rita Mae, and they are able to pull the $4 million that Carl has been laundering around Sam's accounts. And they get it cashed in a cashier's check. And Rita Mae's out of the bank just as Molly catches a glimpse of her. And Molly talks to the bank teller who says, that's not Oda Mae, that's someone named Rita Miller. And she just closed an account. HIPAA?
Yeah, you can't just like say that.
Just kidding. I know. Healthcare, but like, I feel like they'd be more strict with bank records.
Right.
You're like, oh yeah, no, she took out $4 million. She's stacked. She's super
oh my God,
rich.
I can barely get into my own bank account. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to hide my balance from me.
You can't even take out like $10K without them putting a hold on your stuff. Like the 90s were wild. $4 million in a cashier's check.
No, he doesn't have to go talk to a manager. He doesn't have to like get any approval. Just like, here you go.
Here's your $4 million.
Oh my God.
And at this point, Carl's spinning out. He can't find the laundered money in any of his bank accounts. And Sam's going full poltergeist and like typing on his computer, murderer.
Murder, murder, murder.
Love that. This actor is so good, Tony Goldwyn, because it does look like he's suffering like a mental break.
Yeah.
He's like sweating out of his own
like
skin.
He should be. Fuck this guy.
Fuck that guy. Apparently that actor was like, the rest of my life, people were like, hey, why do I subconsciously hate you? And he'd be like, oh, I was in Ghost. And be like, oh, you tried to kill Patrick Swayze. I hate you. Exactly.
You're not invited to my party.
Yeah, fuck you, Tony Goldwyn. So in a frantic state, Carl visits Molly, and he's basically like, so remember when you said Sam was a ghost? Like, can he haunt you?
Is that serious?
For a friend. And this is when Molly, unfortunately, says that she saw Oda Mae at the bank, and her name was Rita Miller. I know, it could have been scot-free.
I know.
So Carl tells Sam's ghost that he imagines is somewhere in the apartment, like, bring the money here by 11 or I kill her. I swear to God, I'll kill her.
You would.
I believe that too. Oda Mae and Sam go back to Molly's apartment and we get like a super casual scene. Well, they're actually two beautiful scenes like stacked in a row. Molly doesn't want to let Oda Mae in. She still doesn't believe that Sam's ghost is with her.
Yeah.
And we get the penny scene.
Yeah.
Where Sam puts a penny underneath the door and levitates it up and into Demi Moore's hand. I cry like a baby watching this movie.
Sam says it's for luck.
It's for luck.
Does this film make you feel more feelings because your name is Sam?
It did make me think, like, I was watching this with my wife and I was like, promise me you'll never die.
Feeding my dog.
Because I was like, I will be a ghost and I will be with you every single day. And she was like, well, if you go, like, I'm going to go too. So neither of us are going to be like ghosts together on this planet. But yes, it makes me think, like, to love someone so much and you're like, time's up and you don't get to even hug them the last time knowing it's the last time. Like, ugh. And they're both so young.
Yeah. That's what's crazy and so random.
Mm-hmm. And they're both so hot and rich.
I know.
You never see couples like that in real life, and then he dies. Like, ugh. So, Lizzie, when do you cry when you watch this movie? Is it this scene or the following?
I've definitely cried by this point. But there's one more additional cry for the scene following.
Yes. Okay, so this is the scene that we were talking about right at the top. The subtextuality, the juicy meal, the
creme de la creme,
yummy center of this. The scene we're talking about, of course, is the scene in which Molly's called the police. She's in her apartment with Oda Mae. They're waiting for the police to arrive. Molly's accepted that Sam is back as a ghost and is questioning Oda Mae. Is he here? Can he hear me? And Oda Mae's saying, yes, he's sitting right next to you and he's holding your hand. And Sam says to Oda Mae, like, he's saying it to Molly, but noting only Oda Mae can hear him saying, like, I would give anything to be able to touch you one more time. Oh, and Oda Mae hears this and says, fine.
Fine, hot people. Use my body as a vessel for hotness. Oda Mae, like, despite everything that she says, I think, like Sam, and despite everything that she's tried to keep from happening, I think she's grown attached to Molly as well and wants to protect her. And she's kind of like the conduit in between them now. And we've already seen her in the situation where another spirit has inhabited her body and she was like, ew, eject. Don't like that, not gonna do that again. And now she's like freely offering herself up, knowing full well that she's going to have physical contact with Molly.
Yes.
And is like,
yes.
Oh, if I must.
Okay, I'll make out with Demi Moore.
And maybe some of it is like, I'll let Patrick Swayze come into me and I'll inhabit like his spirit, his masculine spirit for a time. So like she gets to be in this like sexy middle ground. I don't know. Everyone's turned on.
Well, also for Oda Mae in this moment, this is the most personified she can, like, vision of Sam she can have. Because she's seen a picture and she's heard his voice, but like she's never obviously seen him in real life.
Right.
So this is a step towards that. But the amount of generosity and like empathy, because it doesn't seem like it feels good for her to experience, as you're saying. And then also the awkwardness of being like, Yeah, so when you look at me, you see your husband now, and we last embraced, and
yeah. But she doesn't bring that discomfort or awkwardness into the situation. Like it is like they enter into this transition and the subsequent interaction that the two married people have, like very seamlessly and like very naturally.
Lizzie, can you describe that scene?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, go ahead, take it from the top, Lizzie.
I'm literally crying. So this is after Otome has consented to have her body be used for this like kind of last interaction Molly and Sam get to have, and she closes her eyes and Sam like kind of places his soul into her body, which on screen looks like Patrick Swayze like fading away, and it's just Whoopi. And Whoopi opens her eyes, Otome opens her eyes, and is a different person. And we see her go over and gently clasp Molly's hands, but it's still Whoopi. Like we never really get to forget that, like, now we've kind of crossed the barrier of corporeal but still feeling love, like you were mentioning earlier, because as soon as Whoopi's hands land on Molly, you feel Molly feel Sam through her. And then from this point on in the sequence, the camera pans up to their face and it is Patrick Swayze again. So we don't get to see the full kind of embrace that they have as Whoopi, but we get to see it as Patrick Swayze. And they just have like this, again, bring back sensuality, this very sensual moment. They don't really kiss. They just kind of like hold each other one last time as that fucking song is playing, making everyone feel feelings.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's really, really, it's a lot. It's like conventionally and like classically emotional. But this is a situation like there isn't quite a scene like this to compare it to.
No, I can't think of another one that feels similar to this. Like, as you're saying, it's Sam in Otome's body, complete silence.
Yeah.
You see Molly's hands enclosed by Otome's hands in the same fashion as the first time this song plays, when they're at the spinning wheel and their hands are over each other around the clay. Otome puts her hand over Molly's. Right. Yeah. And in the silence, you see then Sam's face come through and the song starts.
Yeah.
And they're embracing, and it's a really tight shot, like a two of them. You see Molly's face, but it's really more of a focus on Sam.
Yeah, his reaction.
That's the part that always kills me. Like, Patrick Swayze's performance in this particular scene is so fucking good, and I cry like a baby every time. And I think they make a really interesting choice at the beginning to show Otome's hands when they could have just gone straight Sam, and it wouldn't have felt so queer or like loaded or interesting, as the screenwriter Ruben would say. It wouldn't make people go in quite the same fashion. And I think what I really enjoy at the end of this scene is as they're embracing Molly and Sam, they go really wide. Yeah. And it's almost like you're watching them from the top of the stairs. Yeah. And it makes you think, like, I'm seeing Sam, but who's really there is Otome.
It's Whoopi, yeah. Like, they're the ones holding each other.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like, you get to choose what you want to feel and why, or I guess why you want to feel in this situation. I think you'd have to be like a fucking psycho killer to not feel something in this scene. But are you feeling it because you're feeling the generosity of this moment, like this last look between lovers, but also that this person gets to like offer this gift of like this final moment between the people? And also something I love is that, like, you kind of see Molly is the one to like lead the interaction. Like, she's the one that decides to pull Sam's hand up to her face and to stand up and embrace Sam / Otome, which I think is also just like, it's not Sam rushing through and like, you know, misusing Oda's body. You know, she did give consent, but she didn't give full consent for whatever could happen. But also making sure Molly's comfortable, like, hey, you're not embracing me, but you are embracing me.
Sam is so gentle, as you're saying, to both respect Otome and Molly's, but like, you can see him become so like overwhelmed with emotion. Like, every little touch, he like is exploding.
Like, if every person who lost like someone dear to them could have this moment, like could choose to go into a room and spend like 3 minutes with them, I think they would. Even if that person was through the body of Whoopi Goldberg, you'd be like,
That's a bonus.
That's still the person, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so many people would agree that love goes past death. And I think that when you accept that, the idea that love can go past gender is not a big leap at all.
Yeah.
You know, like, who cares?
The only thing
I love this person.
Right. And the only thing that keeps it from not happening more is like just the supernatural elements. Like, that's not even the craziest part of all this.
Yeah. Do you think that Molly's experience of this moment is cheapened because it's with another woman? No. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I love this movie. It did not have to go off that hard, and it did. Like, this scene arguably does not need to happen.
Right.
For any of the rest of the film to go forward.
They can just sit and wait.
Mm-hmm. And they put it in there, and it's beautiful. I love you.
Yeah.
Early test screenings saw the audience giggling at the scene where Sam in Oda Mae's body. Okay, hold on. This is weird. During early test screenings, the audience had a different reaction than the director expected. Jerry Zucker experienced a lot of people giggling throughout this scene, and he employed a lot of different techniques to kind of make it more serious to get the effect he was looking for. And he said simply, like, he can't predict how people react, saying the movie's a roller coaster and would take audiences all over the place emotionally. And so he said, I took all of the sound out. And this is the part of the roller coaster that's just going to make people feel uncomfortable. So
yeah,
I think that's a really, like, you can't overcorrect for how wild the scene is.
Yeah.
So it's that like Lovecraftian thing. Like, if something is unrealistic, then you have to lean into the character's realism in the moment. And I think that's what makes this scene such a hit.
Oh my God, the performances, they're feeling it and they're barely touching each other.
I know. I'm crazy for Swayze.
Me too.
Yeah. The rest of this is like a bit action-y. Carl gets there. They run up to another loft. Everybody's running around. Sam comes back as a ghost and is able to, I guess, run Carl away until Carl gets himself impaled on a window casing and dies.
Horror movie. Oh my God.
The horror movie, the part where the like evil demons come and suck everybody down is kind of corny, but
you know, it's so sweet.
What?
Like, because basically this beautiful moment is like interrupted by like a crash at the door, and it's Carl, and that kind of like kicks off like a whole, like, it breaks the moment. Sam's ejected out of Oda's body, and you know, we're in like the survival horror movie of it all now. But what I noticed between Sam and Oda Mae's character from this point is that like they basically and what I noticed from this point on is Molly and Oda Mae's character basically like are joined by either the hand or the arm. Like they're bonded now, and like Molly will drag Oda Mae behind her, will like try to protect her. Oda Mae will like put her arm around Molly and try to like shield her from the glass or whatever is happening. Like they obviously felt something there, like in their physical bodies too. I think that they felt like, whether it was like that proxy of her love for Sam in Oda Mae's body, like kind of clouding the whole circuitry, but like obviously they really care for each other in this like physical way now.
Yeah, they're kind of like a pseudo version, like a physical personification of Sam and Molly, even when Sam is not in Oda Mae's body. Because as you're saying, like, I think you mentioned this when we were watching, but when the mugger and Sam after Macbeth are in that fight, Molly doesn't jump in and help.
True.
She's like overcome with shock and fear, which I don't think she should jump in. She's like 70 pounds. But it's something that you noted that at the end, she has no problem doing. If Oda Mae's in peril, she jumped on that guy's back and was screaming around like Donkey Kong, which, I mean, it feels lovely and queer because like she wants to protect Oda Mae, but also feels lovely because it's very understandable that if her character feels guilt about not doing something the first time to protect Sam, that she feels, if anything, she could do something now.
Yeah, to help Oda Mae.
Who is a little bit residually Sam at this moment, you know?
Like they're all in the big gay soup or whatnot.
The big ectoplasm soup of gay. Love it. So Carl dies, goes to hell.
Boo.
And then a white light descends from the heavens.
Oh, God is real.
And Sam has a way out. And At this point, Molly can hear Sam
Yeah.
for the first time.
I'm literally crying.
I was crying so much, actually, more when Sam said goodbye to Oda Mae. He's like, I'll miss you, Oda Mae. I'm like, ah. Because previously he had made her get rid of the $4 million by giving it to a bunch of nuns. And he's like, you're going to get to heaven.
You're going to get to film Sister Act.
Exactly. This is going to be big for you in Sister Act too. But it's so sweet to be like, I'll miss you. But like, he knows that she's going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
You know, which is really sweet, which obviously he probably knows about Molly too.
Yeah.
But he tells Molly that he loves her. And she says,
Ditto. Fucking literally kill me.
and Sam says, the love that you have, you get to take it with you. And I know, Lee, you really like the end of this movie. Did that part hit you?
Yeah, I was saying earlier, it's kind of messed up though, because Demi Moore what is she going to do with that? She's just
Screwed.
stuck on Earth.
She's going to hang
Just
out
go
with Oda
die, I
Mae.
guess.
I was watching this with my wife. I was like, she can't date anybody else after this.
Right.
How are you going to stack up against the hottest man in the world who came back as a ghost to protect you through the body of a psychic? Like,
She's dating women from now on.
she's dating Oda Mae.
Like, no, she's dating Oda Mae from now on.
Yeah.
Like, they're trauma bonded in such a specific way. And they like, and who knows, like when a soul inhabits that body, who knows what gets left behind or what they know about that person now. Like, for all we know, there could be some like overlap. I don't know, subtextual rules, supernatural rules, you know?
I read fan fiction. I'm going to find out.
This movie reads like a fan fiction.
Made for me.
Positive.
Positive. Non-derogatory.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Ghost.
Ghost.
How do y'all feel?
Sad.
Ghost? Sad. Gay.
Gay.
Y'all ready to move on to reception?
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck did people think?
With a budget of $22 million, this film went on to make over $500 million at the box office.
Are you shitting
and was
me?
the highest grossing film of 1990.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right. Sure.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, this is
Zucker's on an island right now.
the Zuck. Considered one of the biggest sleeper hits of all time.
God damn.
You
People
profit
want sensuality.
$480 million.
Plus the merch. Didn't you like show me a great eBay listing for like a ghost nightlight?
I have like the Ghost 1990 movie merch save search on my eBay account.
You're like, I need to know when new shit drops immediately.
I need the Ghost promotional lamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, look, I got a promotional cup for my last episode, Jaws. Where's your ghost cup?
It's coming. It's in the mail.
It's in the mail.
The highest grossing film of 1990.
Mm-hmm.
It was met with mixed critical response, with some critics finding the film too sentimental, with others considering it one of the best love stories of all time.
And they would be right.
So some had taste and some didn't.
Yeah, so some were wrong and some were right.
Speaking of, Roger Ebert.
I feel like he loved this.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a number. Stars.
3 out of 4.
Roger Ebert gave the film 2.5 stars.
Cop out.
Close. Stating, it's no worse an offender than most ghost movies, I suppose. He felt milquetoast about it. He did, however, state that the single best scene was when Sam overtakes Oda Mae's body to caress Molly. Ebert said, in strict logic, this should involve us seeing Goldberg kissing more, but of course, the movie compromises and shows us Swayze holding her. Too bad, because the logical version would actually have been more spiritual and moving.
Ally.
Ally! He said, make it gayer,
He was
you
right.
cowards.
Do you think they filmed that version just in case?
I do not think so.
I'd like to think it's on a film reel somewhere in the bowels of some studio.
Because in that scene, there is no kissing.
No kissing.
So I could see a world in which they did film some of
Or
it because
holding
they cut
her.
back and
Yeah.
they show Whoopi again. So I wouldn't be surprised if they shot like some
Yeah, just for
version of that.
continuity. And
Release it, you cowards.
extended cut.
It earned 5 Academy Award nominations,
my God.
including Best Picture, Best Original Score, Best Film Editing. It would earn Rubin an award for Best Original Screenplay and Goldberg a win for Best Supporting Actress.
Damn.
Yes, she's the first Black woman to win that award. She's basically the first Black
ghost.
woman to win any of the awards she won. And she EGOT'd at like a ridiculously early age.
And there goes the full body chills.
There I go chilling about Whoopi Goldberg.
Again. We used to make movies, people.
We used to be a platform for Whoopi Goldberg to do whatever she wanted.
What does she want to do, huh? Why is no one asking Whoopi what she wants to do?
Let's bankroll everything Whoopi wants to do.
I'll sign that check.
Let's move on to the scores. Explain those scores, Lizzie.
The scores work like this. We each get to rate the film on how gay it is and how good it is. We then average those together and get a single subtextual score that we record on Letterboxd for the rest of eternity.
Follow us on Letterboxd.
At Subtextual Pod.
Okay, Lizzie, how good's the movie?
Very good movie. I would say 7.5.
Coward.
Sam, what do you say?
10.
Okay, great. Well, I would never be able to compete with that.
No. Lizzie, how gay the movie?
They could have made it gayer. Whoopi wanted it to be gayer.
I could feel that.
5.
Crazy low.
What?
Crazy low.
What do you say? If you say 10, I'm gonna have to ask you to explain yourself.
Here's my thing. Let me go through the summation of the queerness.
It made it for me.
Okay, so we've got the, I'd argue, most beautiful lesbian like embrace, but which is also like somehow a heterosexual beautiful romance scene as well. That is shared between Otome, Sam, and Molly. Love that. I got the screenwriter saying he threw in that for the lesbians.
Oh, that's right. He was gay.
Yeah, who's gay? And then I just love Whoopi Goldberg, and I'm a lesbian. So
you're right.
I think the first sex scene, if you want to call it that, the first love scene between Sam and Molly was shot so sensually without any real like sex elements. And I would say that the second one with Otome's body and Molly feels just as sensual, if not more meaningful. And so I would say as a counterpart, it feels just as straight as it does gay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it an 8.
Fine. And I'll up my score to a 6.5, which has never happened on record that you can convince me that it's more gay.
If I'm going to stand on anything, it would be Ghost. That brings Ghost to an overall subtextual score of 8.
Oh,
it's good.
8.
Not in our top 10, but very close.
Hey, in your top 10, I guess that's all that really matters.
That's what matters to me. Love Ghost. Huge fan. All right, Lizzie, are you ready to go into the light with me?
Ditto.